The main reason for the pilot strike is the wage gap between WestJet and other airlines, as well as scheduling and job security issues. According to the Airline Pilots Association, ALPA, which represents both WestJet and Swoop pilots, management has failed to understand the labor market conditions and offer competitive compensation to retain and attract pilots. The union says that WestJet pilots are paid less than their counterparts at Air Canada and other major carriers. Moreover, the pilots are concerned about the impact of the pandemic on their careers and want more certainty about their future at the company. They also want more flexibility and control over their schedules, especially as travel demand recovers and flights increase. The union issued a 72-hour strike notice on Monday night, setting the stage for a possible work stoppage as early as Friday morning. The strike could affect thousands of passengers who have booked flights with WestJet and Swoop for the May long weekend and beyond. The strike deadline is set at 3 EDT on Friday, May 19, 2023, after the pilots issued a 72-hour strike notice on Monday night. This means that more than 1,800 pilots at WestJet and its Swoop subsidiary could walk off the job as of Friday morning, disrupting thousands of travelers across WestJet's network. The pilots are demanding better pay, job security, and scheduling, as they claim they are working at a steep discount compared to their counterparts. The union says that WestJet's latest offer was unreasonable and did not reflect the current labor market conditions. WestJet CEO, Alexis von Hoensbroech, has accused the pilots of having unrealistic expectations and said there is still a substantial gap between the two sides. He also said that the airline would lock out the pilots if they go on strike, and that it has prepared a reduced schedule and flexible options for affected customers. The strike deadline comes ahead of the May long weekend, which is one of the busiest travel periods of the year. Both sides say they are willing to continue negotiating until the last minute, but no sign of a breakthrough has emerged so far. The looming strike by WestJet pilots is not only a headache for the airline, but also for its customers. Thousands of travelers who have booked flights with WestJet or its low-cost subsidiary Swoop could face cancellations or delays if the pilots walk off the job as early as Friday morning. The strike deadline comes at a busy time for air travel, as many Canadians are planning to take advantage of the May long weekend or book their summer vacations. The uncertainty over the labor dispute has already taken a toll on WestJet's business, as the company's CEO Alexis von Hoensbroech admitted that bookings have dropped since the pilots issued their 72-hour strike notice on Monday night. The pilots' union, the Airline Pilots Association, says it is still willing to negotiate with WestJet until the last minute, but it also warns that it will not accept an agreement that does not meet its demands on pay, job security, and scheduling. The union says WestJet's offer is unrealistic and unfair, and that its pilots are working at a steep discount compared to their counterparts. WestJet, on the other hand, says its offer is very reasonable and generous, and that it would make its pilots the highest paid in Canada. The company also says it has issued a lockout notice to ensure the safety and control of its network, and to minimize the risk of stranding its guests, crews, and aircraft. WestJet says it is preparing to operate a reduced schedule in case of a work stoppage, and that it will refund or reaccommodate affected passengers as applicable. However, some travelers may still face difficulties finding alternative flights or changing their plans at short notice. The strike could also have a negative impact on WestJet's reputation and customer loyalty, as well as on the tourism industry and the economy as a whole.